Okay, so I am live again. Let me get Instagram up real quick as I need to give this very important talk. Um, Sorry, y'all. Hit live. Okay. So I'm live again. This is the third back-to-back live talk today. And that's because things were unfolding as I'm sitting. So much things unfold as I'm sitting here. Literally, it's not boring being a monk. Goodness gracious. Um, I like to dedicate this talk to former Venerable Adrian, as I have been invited by a corporation to go and inspire 50, 60 employees. But I unfortunately had to turn down that opportunity due to priorities that have already been set here. And that I have different teams working on different things. And there is a small team that is supposed to wrap things up for me to go. And there, whatever the delay is costing other people time, energy, effort, and money. So therefore, for this particular other team, and you know who you are, I need not to mention specific names. Um, and you all have professional degrees. Let's try to get the ball rolling as we have previously discussed, and that create the causes and conditions for this to wrap up so that the venerable can be elsewhere where I am needed the most to inspire people across all occupations and industry. The longer we wait by and through things that are seen or unseen or foreseen, it's not a good thing, because my job is to serve the people and teach them mindfulness and contribute to the welfare and well-being for everyone else that is across the United States. Okay. Someone said you seem aggravated. Yeah, well, I'm trying to put the hammer down on this one particular team of mine that is delaying time for me to engage in stuff. You got to remember, I'm needed in a lot of places in the world right now, and we have this problem with procrastinating. I don't know what the case is, but it is not moving, and the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing, because I have checked in with the team, within different people in the team, and they just seem confused. So therefore, I have to, people, sometimes you don't see me flex, but sometimes I need to flex to emphasize urgency and expediency of time. Anyways, this um, for the corporate world who asked me to come, and I regretfully, with a deep sense of regret, could not be there. I am coordinating with former Venerable Adrian, who has 6 Vasas. He's been a monk for 6 years. He is on or about around my age. I have adjudicated him, assessed and evaluated him to be within the same capacity, experience, nature, scope, and practice as much as I am, as much as possible by every metric systems you can imagine. So I hope that former Venerable Adrian can make it up there in Boston and assist you guys until I can free up, next year, or hopefully in December. It'd be a miracle if December comes around the corner. Um, and this talk also is for the corporate world, that I am accepting invitations within the corporate world. I just need to look at my calendar, but I would really love to serve the corporate world because I used to be a former CEO. As a matter of fact, within my lifetime, before becoming a monk, I've had about 60 employees. And so it was a lot of fun to watch personalities play out, their nature, style, dispositions, teamwork, motivation. So there's a lot of things in the corporate world that I like to bring back, revive, revitalize, rejuvenate the work culture. Um, it's a lot of issues in the corporate world. There's a lot of issues in occupations, period, because people don't know how to work with each other and label each other. He's difficult, she's this, she's that, manager, this, from the top down to the bottom up within the chain of command. So again, I'm in the middle of this book that I'm frantically trying to finish, and so this year is just hectic. But I look forward to working with the corporate world, as the donations coming from the corporate world will indeed be generous and necessary to facilitate my projects, my programs, life-saving programs for young students, citing the spike in student suicides and to increase student resiliency. Um, and I think that I should branch out of the box and have a conversation with the corporate world, because the rules for monk suffocates me from asking what needs to be asked to continue the life-saving programs, and so on. Anyways, I'm just excited. And for the rest of you who are not corporate, I will be raising money next year to bring former venerable Adrian. I mean, he's always going to be venerable in my head, just because he carries himself in such a manner that is indicative and consistent with someone who is worthy of veneration. So for the rest of you, will be former venerable. To me, he will always be venerable Adrian. Um, I will be raising, right now there is no funding to bring down guests, ideal guests, to visit us here in Florida so they can give talks. Again, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to inviting key members of the monastics and former monastics to come down and inspire all of you as they give you a new and fresh perspective, a different view, a different angle within the Dhamma, more creative, and it's just more awesome. Trust me, if I have hand selected them, Perry checked them. What am I saying? Hand cherry picked them. That means it's going to be very impactful and good. So I don't think that I have any more on my mind, given the fact this is the third consecutive talk, but it's necessary. I have to end it and create a new one, because if I do all three consecutively, it will be not organized within one talk, and you have different timestamps and different messages made for different people for different reasons. And Richard asks here, any hints on tips on clearing your mind while meditating? Okay, so Richard on Facebook, please go back to my talks. That means you haven't been listening to my talks. And this question comes out of convenience, and you're not doing the necessary work to go back and listen to the talks, because over and over again, I've given guided meditations, and most recently. So I encourage you to go back to it, because that is what the teacher wants, is for you to do your homework and investigate thoroughly, and carefully, and not to just ask out of convenience, especially if there's a whole library of teachings across all social media platforms. Okay, folks. No, I'm here in Pinellas Park, Florida, and there's class tomorrow, 9 a.m. So again, you all can reach out to me on my Instagram for direct message, for any needs, and or to have necessary conversations for future appointments coming up next year in the corporate world or within a big, large group settings. Okay, I think I'm done. And I apologize if you all see me pop up 3 times now in less than 1 hour, but it was necessary. And Venerable Adrian, please check with your team, see if you are available to go to Boston. They're all are looking forward to it. Obviously, if they're asking me and repeatedly asking for an alternative to me, it means it is very important. And so there's conversations I like to have with you in gathering information about your itinerary, and to conduct field research if you're on the trip. so that we can improve our ways of teaching, inspiring, and guiding people within the corporate world. Um, so it's a constant ever bettering ourselves to best serve the people across all occupations and industry. Okay, I think I should be, be done for the rest, the remaining balance of the night. Thank you all for joining once again for the third time. Take care.